So we're on the train to Palermo, and it cost about €9 in return per person. And I think we catch the train back about 5:30 or something like that. So yeah, a day in Palermo. We're in the centre of Palermo, and kind of not what we expected. Like a flea market come, what would you call it? Car boot sale. And it goes on for, well, forever at the moment. Not what we expected. Nice building though.
Well, I have to say, this is not what I expected. Just trying to get Google Maps to pick us up and find out where we can go, because this is just not what we expected at all. It's like a street food market. I mean, it is a Sunday, so things are a bit different. Lots of things are shut. A bit better. I think we found a better area. How you doing? Blimmin' hot as well, isn't it? It's really hot, isn't it? Yeah, so we're going to go and try and find a drink somewhere. In Palermo, we've done the worst part of the town. I think we got there first, didn't we?
Well,
it was pretty bad. But now we're in a nicer area. Nice shops, lots of people, lots of tourists. We've got all the usual touristy stuff. But yeah, we're having out for a meeting because it's so blimmin' hot. I don't know how hot it is, but it's really hot. Stunning. Because I can see some people up on the top terrace area. But what a beautiful building. God. We're still in Palermo, in the city, and we've come across this amazing cathedral and area. The buildings are unbelievable, beautiful. Don't know what most of them are because they're not signposted really. So what do we think of Palermo?
Well, first impression wasn't very good because we went to the wrong place.
Yes.
But this is great, it's beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah, some stunning buildings. I suppose our only downside for us is it's very touristy. More touristy than we've seen, because even Athens wasn't this touristy.
It's midsummer.
Yeah, so yeah, it's a little bit hectic. So we found a quiet spot. So we've got the Capella Palace, Royal Palace. Very nice building.
So we've not got a lot of wind, but we are sailing. I think we've got about between 6 and 8 knots of wind on a broad reach, and I think we're doing about between 3.5 and 4 knots, sometimes a bit faster.
Not at the moment.
Oh no, has it gone down a bit?
2.5 to 3 knots.
Oh right. So yeah, we've got full sails up. Probably get there about midnight tonight, but who cares?
Where are we going?
Well, I don't know what it's called actually.
Just an anchorage on the coastline that's sheltered. So I managed to get the cruising chute out for the second time today. We've only got about 2.5 knots of speed to 3 knots of speed, but we've only got 5 knots of wind, so quite happy with that. Picks up every now and again to about 6 knots. But there's quite a swell, and when the swell comes in, obviously the sail is not happy. Like that. But oh, it's amazing. Beautiful sail.
We're going to an anchorage right on the end of Sicily, so that we can head over to Sardinia. At the moment we're going in the wrong direction as normal, and we've got 20 knots of wind. We're doing 6.5 knots, so we'll tack a little bit and try and get west, but at the moment, good sailing.
Yeah, so we've got a reef in the main, reef in the Genoa, and it feels brilliant. We've actually got the Traveller out as well, just to make it a bit more comfortable. As you can see, we're kind of heeled over a little bit, but it's great. It's lovely to be sailing properly again. Main's a little bit flappy because we've got the Traveller out. That's quite normal. But yeah, great sailing.
Yeah, lots of seagulls on the sea at the moment. I guess there's a few fish around. Yeah, we've got beautiful weather at the moment. We've got about 18 knots of wind. Going in the wrong direction as we normally do, but yeah, we are reefed down. Do you know, could do we coming in a little bit by the look of it? But, sort that out. How you doing?
Yeah, all good. Nice to be sailing properly. Yeah, all good. Hey, there's a bit of haze over there, mist.
Yeah, so we left Mondello, well, about half an hour ago. We hit some wind coming out as it comes around the end of this this rock, but so we're up to about 25 knots. Soon got through that, and we've got a steady 16 to 18 knots now, and we are heading right over there where you can see that sail in the distance. Well, somewhere over there anyway. Over to the headland. Yeah, beautiful sailing this morning.
Well, we are leaving this little bay. It's called San something. I've forgotten what it's called. I'll write it up on the screen. We came in here last night as a stopping point because we knew we had quite a lot of mileage to do. So we did 30 miles yesterday. Had a brilliant sail, really happy with that. Today it's swelly and there is going to be wind sort of from about maybe 10 o'clock onwards that will take us towards Sardinia. So we're looking forward to that. So we've made our lunch, we've got our dinner ready for tonight. We've made some drinks ready, so we're doing an overnighter tonight and should get there maybe tomorrow tea time if we're lucky, if the winds are good to us. Way to Sardinia.
Thank goodness, at last.
But yeah, I have to say Sicily's brilliant, but the swell is a bit of a nightmare. It's just been constant. Wherever we've been, we seem to have been in the swell, despite what the weather says, and yeah. Well, for the second time in 2 days, we've got the cruising chute out. Again, another palaver. So the ropes that pull up and down the collar to snuff it just seem to get caught in the chute all the time, so that took us a little bit of time to fiddle with that, so we lost a bit of time in our sailing time, but we're doing what, 5.5 knots of speed, and the wind was only about 9 knots. 10 now, but and it's coming from kind of the beam to 120 degrees, so good position. But yeah, what a faff.
So it's about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and you can probably hear we've got the engine on. And that's because we've dropped to like 4 knots of wind, and it's coming from behind, so, well, more or less behind. So we put the engine on just to help out a little bit. We're doing 5 knots again because we need to keep up this pace because of the bad weather that's coming in tomorrow night. So we've still got the cruising chute out. It's coping okay at the minute. Like I say, we're doing about 5 knots. So we're coming into the evening now. It's about half an hour before sunset, and we've still got the cruising chute out. We have had the engine on, but we switched it off now. We've got 10 knots of wind behind us, and we're doing about 5.5 knots, so this is supposed to last all night. Got some music on, keep us occupied and entertained, yeah. Yep, so we've got a following sea, which is very nice. tell me about the first night sail for ages last night. What happened?
It was crap, in a word. We started off really good. We had some wind. We had a cruising shoot out for quite some time. We had it out from 12 o'clock lunchtime and through till sunset, where we decided to swap over and put out the Genoa because the wind was behind us. And we put the Genoa out, and 2 o'clock in the morning we'd put the engine on, and we've kind of had it on since.
So what's happening this morning?
Wow. Basically, we came into Sardinia, forgotten the name of the bay, last evening, knowing that there was going to be quite a lot of wind start first thing this morning. So we kind of fastened everything, backed their hatches. The wind did come up as predicted at 7 o'clock this morning, but unfortunately over the next couple of days it just escalates and comes from a direction that meant the bay we were in was really exposed. So our plan is to move up to Cagliari, which is up here, and that might be a bit more protected with less wind, hopefully.
Yeah, and everybody from the anchorage that we were in last night is now migrating up there, and there was about 30 boats in there. Yeah, so there's a line of boats heading up the same way. So there's enough room. It's a bit windy this morning, but it's switching around all over the place. So it's going from north to south to east to west. So we are motoring. One reason is to get in the anchorage before everybody else, to be fair. So yeah, we'll see how this anchorage turns out. Yeah, so it was forecast to be in around sort of 30-31 knots this afternoon, and it hasn't disappointed. We've sort of had in excess of that. We recorded 31 point something, but we've had some bigger gusts, and I mean they must have been up in the top 30s to 40s, so it's supposed to calm down any time around 8-9 o'clock tonight.
Well, we're in Sardinia, and we are down in the area of Poeto, and we're heading towards the port so that we can check in. This is Cagliari port, but we've just found the stadium, football stadium. It's quite impressive. It's an hour and 20 minutes, something like that, walk. So we thought we'd get some exercise, as we've been stuck on the boat for a couple of days because of this strong wind.
So just come across these parrots.
As you do.
As you do, yeah. Just in the wild. God, it's amazing to see them out in the wild.
There's a fig tree just below them, so whether they're after a bit of food. Oh, how amazing. 3 of them.
So I left Poeto about 2 hours ago. Yeah, and we've gone wing on wing. We've tried all sorts at the moment, but we're only still doing about 3 knots. We've got about 16 miles to go to the corner, and then another 10 miles to go up to the next anchorage, but if we go up there, yeah.
Could get a little bit boring by 5 o'clock tonight when we're still doing this. But no, it's a lovely day, but I tell you what, it's cold.
It is, it's quite nippy, yeah.
It's been cold overnight for the last couple of nights, even though it hasn't been that windy. So it's really weird that it's this cold. I'm actually thinking, do I need a jumper on? Which is bizarre. Well, the wind is playing havoc with us. We've only got about 5 knots of wind. We tried wing on wing, it just didn't work, and because the angle of the wind is going to come round from the south in a little while, we weren't quite sure whether this would work, but yeah, it's kind of working. It's a lovely sail. Still only doing 2.5 to 3 knots, but it's better than stationary, and we haven't got the engine on.
So we've taken down the cruising chute, we're back on full Genoa and full main. The wind kind of came round and came on to about 60 degrees, which is a bit too much for the cruising chute, so we swapped over to main and Genoa again.
It's only taken us 6 hours to do 12 knots, but it's fine.
12 knots?
12 nautical miles, sorry. 6 hours to do 12 nautical miles. We've done a bit more now.
But we haven't used the engine.
No, I know, it's great.
We haven't used any fuel.
I know. And we're sailing, we've got 5 knots of speed, so I'm happy. What are you eating?
Nice biscuits, or nice biscuits, I don't know what you call them.
Anyway, besides the point. We were in an anchorage last night. Tell us about that in between your mouthfuls.
It was a nice anchorage actually. Big sandy beach. Yeah, not too much noise.
Turquoise waters.
Yeah. We anchored in like 4.5, 5 metres on sand, really good holding. The problem was that overnight the swell came in and the boat turned sideways and we had a really, really uncomfortable night. But other than that, it was a good anchorage really.
We're on the east coast of Sardinia and we're heading up about 20 nautical miles from the last bay we were in. And it's so pretty, it's beautiful scenery, lovely mountains, hillsides, beautiful sandy beaches everywhere. But there are boats everywhere. It's like the equivalent of a motorway coming down. Probably can't see them all, but yeah, they're all going south. We've been sailing from 5 minutes after we picked up the anchor. We literally got the sails out and set off, and we're tacking, unfortunately, because the wind isn't really doing what it's meant to be doing as usual. But we've got lovely wind. We've got between sort of 13 and 16 knots of wind, and it's great. Yay, sailing!
So last night we thought we were going to have a bit of a rolly night. It settled really well and we had no swell, we had no noise, and a lovely peaceful anchorage. And this morning it was flat calm. We'll stay here until lunchtime when the wind is supposed to pick up, but at the moment there is absolutely nothing. So our next journey is about 25 mile and we'll let you know how we're going with that. We're too cheapskate to buy a new flag, so we just keep repairing it.
We just haven't got a new one.
Well, no, that's true.
Isn't anywhere to buy one. So.
Not many chandlers around here, is there? Yeah. So you probably hear that the engine's on. So we sailed out of the anchorage, only using 8 minutes of engine to get out. Sailed straight up, did a bit of tacking, and we've been going at between 1 and 2 knots for the last 2 hours. And then the wind just died, so we've had to put the engine on. It's supposed to be 16 knots of wind at the moment, and as you can see, it's dead flat calm.
Well, we arrived yesterday into the little town of Arbatax in Sardinia. It's a small port with a little marina and quite a small town really. Isn't a massive amount here, we're just investigating now. So we went for a walk, and what happened in our walk?
Not a lot really. We went to try and find the beach, but unfortunately all we found was an industrial estate which was absolutely massive, and it was a long walk round, so we never bothered.
Yeah.
We came back into town.
We took about a 20-minute walk and had to walk about 20 minutes back again. We are sailing. We are... Oh, let's not go there. We're sailing. We left the anchorage this morning quite early, probably about 11:15, and the wind has picked up really nicely. We've got about 9 to 10 knots of wind at the moment. Coming from... Yes, thank you. It's coming from sort of 120 degrees, so behind us a little bit. So we've got the Genoa, we've got the main out, and we're on our way. We're heading about
20 nautical miles to the anchorage that we're going to. I've forgotten all the names, we'll try and write it on the screen. The biggest problem we're having is trying to find an anchorage where you can get off, go ashore, go for a walk, do a bit of exploring, do some shopping and pick up the bits you need. Because at the moment all the anchorages, which are absolutely stunning, have got amazing beaches, beautiful mountains, and it looks great. But you can't get off the boat. If you do get off the boat, it has to be after 7 o'clock at night. You can take your dinghy to the shore and it can't have an engine on, so you've got to row. So it really isn't helping us at the minute. Well, we arrived in Capocavallo about 6-ish, 6:30, something like that. And it's probably the busiest anchorage we've ever been in. There were just hundreds of boats, all different types. Lots of small dinghies and cruisers, and oh my god, it was chaos. But they're all going now. And look at what we've got in front of us. It's absolutely stunning. We've got all the mountains and hillsides, some beautiful bays. Absolutely gorgeous. Now that everybody's gone, that is. Still quite a few boats in the anchorage. Might not see them very well at a distance. Shore is clearing, all the guys have come off the beach now. But what a difference from when we arrived. So what we're doing tomorrow?
Moving.
Yeah, it's one of these anchorages that you can't go for a swim particularly. You could now get out in the paddleboard or the kayak because it's a reasonable sort of quiet bay. But you kind of lose the day. You don't actually get to do what you want to do during the day. It's just so busy.
Not sure we'll find anywhere else that's any different.
I know, that's the only problem really. So Sardinia so far is absolutely stunning. But we're a bit shocked by how hard it is to find an anchorage that you can just relax in.
Can't find any bins to put any rubbish. Can't take your dinghy ashore unless you take the engine off. And then, and even then, they don't allow you to do it in a lot of places.
Until 7 p.m.
Well, in places they just don't let you. And then they'll charge you €5 or €10 if you go onto a dock, just for your dinghy. So
it's all very limiting.
It is.
We'll see what the rest of the 3 weeks here feels like. We've got our friends coming out on Tuesday. They're flying into Olbia Airport, which is why we've made our way up on this east coast. And I have to say, if it was ever like this every place we went to, as in how it is now, it'd be perfect.
Our enthusiasm to sail sees no boundaries.
Mine doesn't.
Well, yeah, it doesn't know. We've got about 3 knots of wind apparent. It's coming from 120 degrees. We've got the Genoa out and we're doing
1 knot.
1 knot.
1.2 at times.
Well, we might get there tomorrow then.
We're only doing 5 miles.
Yeah, we're only going for 5 miles, so it's not a big problem, but it still takes 5 hours to get there.
Yeah.
So this was your idea, was it?
And we're going in the right direction. Well, it's difficult to get fuel around here. It's difficult to get anything around here, so we thought we might save a bit of fuel and do it the easy way.
Yeah, we also thought that we'd get into the anchorage about lunchtime when all the little boats have gone out.
No, they won't have gone out. They'll be in there for the day.
Well, it's not really a place that you go to spend the day.
Oh, I don't know. Everywhere is.
But yeah, we left the anchorage about,
3 hours.
well, it's there, look, we left about an hour ago, so you can see how fast we're going. Yeah, it was alright actually overnight. Very calm, very quiet. Waking up to this every morning is just amazing. Sardinia, we love your scenery.